Good morning, everybody. Charlie Marlow here. It's early. I got my coffee. The birds are chirping. It's not very hot yet. And we got to talk about this Cardinals game last night. The game of the year, the win of the year for the Redbirds for sure. Crazy atmosphere. Busch Stadium, biggest crowd of the season. Cardinals versus the Yankees. You're talking about almost 47,000 fans at Busch. Friday night, Matt Carpenter comes back, gets the fantastic ovation, gets a couple of hits, and then of course at the end, you can't script it any better, Carpenter in the batter's box for the final out with that check swing. But also, what a comeback for the Cardinals in a game where if you're looking on paper, you're not feeling great when Dakota Hudson goes out there and starts. And he wasn't that great by any means. Goes 4 innings, ends up allowing 3 runs. But Andre Pallante coming in, shutting the door, and going 4 innings to keep the Cardinals in it. 4 scoreless innings. Did allow the inherited run, but comes in and shuts the door and allows the Cardinals to claw back. Ryan Helsley coming in the 9th inning, throwing 102, 103 miles per hour. And then the Cardinals offense. This was one of those games where you just felt like if the Cardinals could stick around, hang around, they were out hit. The Yankees kept stranding runners on base, but the Cardinals just stayed in it. And you always talk about 2 bloops and a blast. This wasn't exactly that recipe, but 8th inning, when the Cardinals break through there, you have the old swinging bunt, the swunt, I like to call it. Nolan Arenado barely grazes the baseball, but it's so slow up the third baseline that he beats out an infield single. And then you have Tyler O'Neill drawing the walk. And it's so good to see, so nice to see Paul DeJong, since he's come back, extra base hits. He's hit a couple home runs. He was robbed of a home run, but takes the ball the other way and just shoots the ball down the right field line for a double. 2-run score. Cardinals go on top, 8th inning, 4-3, and then it's Hell's Bells time. Ryan Helsley coming in. Not many folks are going to beat that man this year, coming out pumping 102, 103 miles per hour. This was an awesome win. This was the win of the year, the game of the year, a really fun game to watch. And again, Yankees' best record in the American League, one of the best teams in all of baseball. And when you're looking at a game where Dakota Hudson is pitching, to steal that game and now have a very good chance to win the series, really, really impressive for the Redbirds. So drop me your comments. What did you think of the game? Did you watch? What did you think of Matt Carpenter's ovation, of Dakota Hudson? Do you want to keep him in the rotation? Do you want to flip-flop him with Andre Pallante? Remember, they're also trying to manage Andre Pallante's innings. He's right around, 86 innings with an ERA just over 3. And they don't want to pump those innings up too much. I believe the most he's ever pitched is around 95, 100. I got to double-check that. But I don't mind the piggyback situation with Dakota Hudson and Andre Pallante if they wanted to continue something of that ilk moving forward. But you wonder if they're going to either flip that. I don't know about sending Dakota Hudson to the bullpen, even though that makes sense. I think they like the fact that Pallante has worked better out of the pen and has served that role before and done it in a very effective manner. So, man, that was fun. I can't wait to watch the rest of these games, Cardinals and Yankees. There's just a different vibe, a different energy when the New York Yankees are in town. And this just feels like one of those Cardinals teams now. I'm not saying they're going to go on this deep run and win the World Series, but these second half surges for the Cardinals in recent years, it always seems to happen like this. And you just feel a different mojo. You feel a different vibe since the Cardinals have addressed their pitching needs at the trade deadline, picking up Jose Quintana, picking up Chris Stratton, picking up Jordan Montgomery. We'll now see how he does versus his former team. But it's just feeling like a really fun August and September for the Cardinals coming up as they get their mojo going and they get their confidence and they get healthy. With Yadier Molina coming back, with Tyler O'Neill coming back, already helping you win games, with Paul DeJong brought up from the minors, being productive, you added the pitching. I think this is going to be a really fun rest of the summer. So I'll keep this one short. Drop your comments. What'd you think of the game? Are you a lot more excited now about this Cardinals team than maybe you were a month ago, a week ago? Let me know. If you were at the game, what'd you think? What'd you think of the Matt Carpenter ovation? Drop me your comments, and have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Hopefully it won't get too hot. I'm just out here chilling, drinking my coffee. My kids are in there crying, going crazy, but my parents are in town to help watch the kids, so that's fantastic.